There's hundredaires, there's thousandaires, there's 100,000aires, and there's millionaires. Me personally, I believe they come with rules and conditions. You see what I'm saying? Just like a tax bracket. Make over 12 grand, you're going to get a phone call. Make over 10 mil, you might get a phone call. Make over 30 mil, you're damn near sure to get a phone call.
This is where I'm definitely in agreement that there is a cap of the amount of capital that you personally can have as an asset on your paperwork but before you have to be in clubs. Now I believe this. Look, at the end of the day, you got these man, the most profitable software company in the UK, built from scratch. Man got, I forgot what the name of the company is. Man got his company up to whatever, became the most profitable brand. And then was it, what's them thing there? Forgot, Packard Bell.
Oh, Packard Bell, yeah.
Right? Bought it for like 19 billion. And then came back and said, "Rah, you've overvalued your company. Try to bump us. It's not worth rare. Yeah? Took them to court. The court case was lasting for years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
These man beat the case. Two brothers beat the case.
19 billion.
Yeah? Beat the case of Packard Bell, 19 billion. Rare.
Ones that died,
maybe about like a week later after the case, both of them died on the same day in different parts of the world. One died, I think, in a freak car crash.
Oh, was it like they were like minutes apart or something?
One died in a freak car crash, and the other one was in his super yacht and got sucked up by a freak whirlwind, whatever you call it. A whirlwind come and sucked his whole boat down. Really? Yeah, freak accident, right? Yeah. Two of them died the same day, different parts of the world. So I only say that to say this, yeah. When we're dealing with certain levels of money, you have to overstand. Yeah, we're not gonna play games like there's 100%. Not owed money and there's not owed money guards.
100%.
Yeah.
There are terms and conditions that this comes with.
I think really what it comes down to is what level of threat do you pose to anything that's already gone in? Now, if you individually maybe be seen as someone that's like a bit of a revolutionary or a bit of a then I think there may be a cap to the amount of success monetarily you are allowed to achieve.
I wish I said this has been my point.
But that's very different from saying every artist has to be given a door and that's a whole different thing, especially when the manager
gets offered.
Especially when the manager's sitting there saying it, no, sir.
But you know why? Do you know why though?
So it's two different things. Do you see the difference? Hold on, South man. Hold on, man. You need to chill for a minute. Do you see the difference there's in my statement and the initial statement by South?
Do you know, I'm just enjoying these grapes, and all I'm thinking is, I just wish, I wish you lot had a bit of experience in the game to know that a lot of what you're saying is not without merit, but hear what? It's like, it's not exactly how you're perceiving it. So it's not to say like the Diddy parties weren't happening and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not going to them and you're doing your thing and you're just shooting through, nothing's gonna bother you. If you're going around certain things, you're gonna see certain things.
That's not what I mean, Des.
No, I know you're not.
I want you to comment on what I just said in terms of there is probably a cap of how much money you can make if you are a certain type of character or you don't fit in with a certain scene.
All right, so
that's not to do with music. They're in the world.
We're talking about money.
So you think you would be allowed to be a billionaire?
I think there's only a few billionaires in the world, right, in terms of numbers. So I feel like that's a real special. I don't want to talk on things that I can't even fathom right now. Yeah. But I will say, in terms of the music business, the way acts are looked at the major levels. Let's say you're head of Sony, head of Universal. They don't look at acts like, they look at it like market share. They look at it like assets. So therefore, sometimes you think you're getting shut down, but you're only getting shut down because guess what? We're giving this major money to this other actor we think can go further in another market where we make more money. So what I mean is sometimes the decisions are so cold, but you're never party to them. By the time it trickles down to the label, to the manager, because remember, you've got a head of accounts for the whole world for Sony or for Universal. You've got accountants in each department, but you've got the head accountant that overlooks everybody's budgets. And what I'm saying to you is a lot of decisions are made at that level. So by the time it's sheeped down to like from chairman to, second in charge to presidents to managing directors, remember, wherever it goes, the message has less information and more direction. It's more of a directive. So what I'm saying to you is sometimes what you're asking me is, can someone make all that money and just go through? I think they can to a degree, but I think when you start to become more and more powerful, how you manage those new conversations in them new offices with them new powerful people depends where you go, basically, where this man's saying, like, funny things might be happening, nefarious shit, or you're just becoming a better and better business person, and you know what, like, you're getting good at your game.
You're a limited business person. You're limited. You're good, but you're limited, bro. You can't go past nothing. Sky's the limit. There's no stars in space and planets. Sky's the limit for you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's something that you're just going to have to sit in agreement with if that's the way you decided to want to go. Do you know what I mean? Because anything more than that, bro, the doors is being knocked. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know where that will come from. I get that, but...
So you can't... What are you saying? Like, because you need to be more deliberate and precise in what you're saying, because it's going, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going
I think you could be the most perfect businessman or woman in the world and run your thing up until the cap that the powers that be have put in it. Once you reach the cap, you either stay there, sell your thing, they done out your thing, or you stay in your lane.
All right, let me put it this way.
I don't believe there's a way to go from £9,999, to $1 million, just for example, without a knock being on the door.
But why are you setting it at $1 million?
No, I'm just that's a price in it. I don't know what their prices are. I've heard of the 10 million club. I've heard of the 30 million club. I've heard of the 100 million club.
So basically, you're saying you don't believe that a man can own £10 million without being in some kind of secret
in the entertainment industry. I don't believe so. No, a dentist or truck owner with a trucking business or whatever, because they don't have much of an agenda to push. Plus, they build the economy that we're in. Do you get me? You don't have to push an agenda. You're already building a certain infrastructure for us regardless. So we might not have to trouble you. In terms of entertainment and in terms of superior... Bro, name me the most popular trucker right now. I beg somebody. The most famous bin man. Well, man don't know that.
Yeah,
maybe the most famous artist...
Bin men don't make...
No, alright, cool. Shit, example.
The richest people,
the best architect guy.
The richest people are not the most famous, and even especially within the music industry.
Yeah, right. Because they don't have to be famous.
Right,
they're comfortable and rich.
So here you're counteracting what you've just said.
But entertainment has to be famous.
No, you don't have to be famous to make money in entertainment.
Yeah.
No.
People are just famous and make money.
People
walk past you all the time.
Producers, managers.
And you're the face
one
of
second. Okay, now you're making it be the face of something. But even someone being the face of it doesn't mean that they're the power behind it, or doesn't mean that. Do you know what I mean? In fact, just being the face of a brand, I could be the face of high tech. Doesn't mean that I've even got any shares in it. Like, do you know what I mean? So you're conflating slightly different things, and I just think. At the end of the day, I just put it this way, in my opinion, From when I observe international affairs and that, when I observe history, black history, European history, whatever, I understand that the power and the money become synonymous. But there's people that are powerful that have that disseminate the money. Yeah. So I know money is just one level of, do you know what I mean? There's other things that are more. Do you know what I mean? Money's just a tool of the powerful to get things what they want. After a point, you're printing the money. It doesn't really make a difference. But the point I'm trying to say is, I think that there's more of a order to how things go. So if your money is allowed to grow to a point where you can amass influence, if your money can buy you influence, that can make you a problem. So we see certain political figures and that are banned from going to certain countries. They have certain sanctions put on them, and then moreover, we see like after 30 years, the FBI release paperwork about COINTELPRO, where they are deliberately trying to sabotage low-level people that are trying to get popular figures. People, they try to sabotage people-led what do they call it? Grassroots movements, and political figures from in the community. So they limit those people. You get to a certain point, you're going to get taken down. So I understand that even in garnering too much power, you can be seen as a threat.
Yeah,
so anyone trying to deny that
100%
is a mad thing.
100%.
Sometimes that power is as a result of the money that they've amounted, or the way they've amounted in terms of like you maybe like from being a face, popular, being someone that you can see and you trust that what he says. But sometimes it's deeper than that. There's many kings and chiefs and rich people. Their plane just goes down. You've created a certain type of free energy or a certain type of technology, so I'm not gonna deny that there is definitely
corporate crime.
There's definitely people out here trying to keep on top.
Yeah.
And if that means that maybe even you being a small fish, not being allowed to get to a certain power place where you've got leverage, where you can turn around and say, I'm buying this estate.
Right.
Every flat that's left in here, I'm buying it. Yeah. Certain people can't get to that point. I believe that.
Do you know what it is?
I believe that.
Do you know what it is? My experience, and remember, we've